Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, Matt from Diazbo, coming at you with another album review. But this one is more on the lines of my Did I Miss Anything series, where I look at old albums and see whether me not listening to this album when I was growing up was a big miss in terms of like my musical journey or not. And today we're checking out the album Tattooed Millionaire from Bruce Dickinson. For those who don't know, Bruce Dickinson is the lead vocalist of the band Iron Maiden for throughout most of their career. And in the early 90s, he was asked to make some music for one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. And from that, it spawned some other music which didn't fit with Iron Maiden's sound, and which in time, over like more work and everything, this album was birthed and everything. That's a little background on this. I'm going to do a little deep dive and talk about how I felt about this album and everything, and just let you know. My overall impression of this album is I don't know what or who this album's for in terms of like the content and everything, because a lot of the stuff he's talking about just seems really out of touch and dated and just weird. The content of the lyrics are just not the best, I think, especially with songs like Licking the Gun and everything. It's a very gross song, I think. Then you have songs like Son of a Gun, which are overly repetitive in terms of the sound and just gets really old really fast, and the songs just drag a bit. Fortunately, at times, even in some of the bad songs like Born in '58, with how the lyrics are really not the best, I think, but at least his vocal performance sounds really good on tracks like these. But then you have like songs like Zulu Lulu, which sound like a Van Halen ripoff. And throughout this album, you get like AC/DC, Aerosmith style ripoffs, and it just feels really, really corny and cheesy because I guess he's just ripping off of what people had already done before, or just trying to make something similar, and it just comes off really bad. And it's funny saying that those songs that sound like other bands, those are the songs that kind of sound more uh, interesting, or at least sound good because they sound like a familiar sound. So those were like okay songs. But then you have the other songs that were more original. Those ones were just terrible, like Born in '58, Son of a Gun, Licking the Gun. They have a more of an original sound, but they just sound really bad. And on those mediocre songs, and what also helps is the production value. A lot of the songs that are they sound like other bands have a really good sound to them. The quality of the music sounds really good in terms of the production, mixing, and layering. So there's some saving grace on that. There's like two songs on here, like Gypsy Road and No Lie, that have a really good sound to them in terms of like how the instruments are being played, especially like the drums and the catchiness from the chorus and everything. But even though those two songs don't really save this album, I think, because I think there's more redundancies and just bad decisions in terms of making music here. And you can really tell that this album came out in the late 80s and 90s with how the guitar playing, and in terms of like the solos and the guitar style, it's very, very dated. And then also his vocal performances, which do sound good, but the way he's singing, it sounds like 80s, 90s, like leftover tracks from better bands and everything. His vocal style is really good for like the band that he's known for, Iron Maiden, but for this first solo album, it doesn't really work that well, I think. I checked out this album because a fellow YouTuber asked me to do a collaboration where we all listen to an album that we don't know or we're not too familiar with and see if it is really as bad as people think it is, or if it is bad at all. And if it wasn't for that, I would never know this album existed. Um, and I kind of wish that that stayed like that because um, the production, the besides the production on this album, the lyrics, the song structures, and the overall performance here are not that great. And so I think, fortunately, I definitely didn't miss out on anything with this album and everything. If I had to give a rating, I would say this album is a solid 5.5 out of 10. That production value really saves a lot of it, but overall, yeah, hard pass, I think. So, I'm Matt from Diazwell. Thanks for coming on by, for checking out my review of this album from Bruce Dickinson, Tattooed Millionaire. Check out some of my other videos here. Like, subscribe, and comment. And tell me what you want to hear. Recommend an album that you know I probably have never heard, and I'll check it out. So, until next time, guys. Bye.
When